What if I told you that you chose to be here, that you chose to experience the challenges that you have, and that you chose to have certain lessons in this life? Mind blowing, right? I didn't make this up. This was inspired by the work of Michael Newton, who has hypnotized thousands of thousands of people, done past life regressions, and talked directly with higher selves, with Source, gone through past lives and into the spirit world to see what actually happens in between death and life. We're going to dive into that in this episode. But first of all, welcome to the Conscious Manual, where I help you love yourself so you can love your life and become a conscious creator of your reality. This episode is my favorite work that I'd love to talk about. It's the stuff that I read all the time, watch all the time. So I'm very excited, and you can probably feel it in my energy to talk about this. So this was inspired, as I said, by the work of Michael Newton with this book, The Journey of Souls, which I absolutely loved reading, and it blew my mind not once, but probably 100 times. This might be esoteric for you, or it might not be, but just go with me. When you pass this body, your soul goes back to the soul world, the afterlife. It's not even afterlife, it's in between life, where you remember everything again, all of your previous lives and all of the things that you had to do. You have like a sort of interaction with your guide. You have a guide, and guides in this world, but also guides who guide you through this life to see how you did. You spend some time in the world there, and then you can choose to come back to Earth or not. When you choose to come back to Earth, you have certain scenarios that are planned out for you that you can choose from. So that means that you choose your parents, you choose the family, you choose where you're born, you choose which challenges that you have in life so you can learn certain lessons. You choose certain people that come into your life that might hurt you, that might love you. But all of this is designed before you came into the planet. You designed your own life. Isn't that amazing? That's just so mind-blowing even to say this again. You chose all of it. So whatever challenge you have today, you've chosen to have it. Isn't that empowering? You've chosen to have it knowing that you could handle it, that you are strong enough to handle it. That is empowering you to be a conscious creator of your life because you know how strong you are. So even though you've designed all of this, the trick of that coming to Earth, there's a condition that you forget everything. You forget everything that you designed about your life coming here. So during your lifespan, you could remember and learn the lessons that you have to learn. A woman that I also really like is Dolores Cannon, who answered the question, why do we forget? Well, otherwise it wouldn't be a test. You would just know everything and you wouldn't learn anything. There's no point of coming here. And Earth School is not that easy. Not all souls dare to come here because there's a hard, dense energy on the planet that we're overcoming now and raising our vibration, raising the frequency of the planet. But going through life, there's always challenges on this planet. And the beauty of that is that it's very unique to feel all these emotions that we can feel. To feel joy, to feel happiness, and also the more challenging emotions of anger, grief, sadness. It's all unique to this planet. And you as a soul who's everlasting came into the planet in this temporary body to experience everything that life has to give you on Earth. And as I said, there are certain lessons that you chose to experience. And there's one lesson that every single soul that comes to Earth learns. The one universal lesson that every soul has to learn. And if you don't learn the lesson this lifetime, you're going to come back and back and back and back until you learn the lesson. And this goes way back. You can be a very old soul that goes back thousands and thousands of years. Or you can be a younger soul that only has a few past lives. In the book Journey of Souls, it also talks about different level of souls. If I remember correctly, there are 5 or 6 levels. So the more lessons you learn, the higher you rise as a soul. And then as you rise higher as a soul, you are then able to become a guide for younger souls. And it always continues. And the higher you go, the less you incarnate. So now what is this universal lesson? What Bashar also talks about, another spiritual teacher. You ready? The lesson is, give all the love you need to yourself, so you never need anything from anyone ever again. It's that simple. Give yourself all the love that you need to give it to yourself. This repels all neediness. You'll never be needy again, because what does neediness do? It repels people. Oof, no, he wants something from me. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to have anything to do with him. But if you come from a place of wholeness, because you are giving the love to yourself, that's a birthright. That's the frequency that we're born into. Complete wholeness, worthiness. If you feel that again, then you are in a state of having, lacking nothing, and then you become a magnet for everything and everyone. Because you came into the world as this, as complete and whole, and then you've forgotten through society, upbringing, or whatever, all this nonsense, that you're not whole, that you're not complete. What the fuck? That you need another person to complete you? No. You are a divine creature. You are one with Source. Do you think Source is not complete? Or God or the universe or whatever? Does he or she need something to complete? That doesn't make sense, right? And the same is for you. Your biggest lesson in this life is to give yourself the love. To love yourself without conditions, without achieving anything, being anyone, having anything, people loving you. All doesn't matter, because you need to give the love to yourself. And there will be other lessons that are going to be unique to you, that you'll discover to experience. But this is one that every single human has. And life will keep throwing challenges to you. The universe will keep giving you challenges to learn that lesson. It's not to laugh with you, not to fuck you around, but to help you learn the lesson that you agreed upon to come here. That was a big one for me, to be able to love myself. I chose a family that I never felt loved and emotionally. Didn't feel heard or seen. I had many friends that always were superficial. The few romantic encounters that I had were always people that were emotionally unavailable. I would get close, they would run away, and I would chase them, because I felt, finally I feel whole. They are going to complete me. I need to chase them as much as I can. Neediness. So I was repelling and they were running, and I was chasing. And this dynamic repeated many times in my life, until I finally learned a lesson. I went within, closed myself off the world. This is 5 to 6 months ago. I disappeared off the planet, shut down social media. I went into my own cave. Didn't see anybody, because I needed to understand why I'm constantly craving other people's attention and approval. And then I understood that it's because I'm not giving it to myself. So the solution is to give it to yourself. To give the love that you think you need, give it to yourself. So all the challenges that you're going through, they are lessons in disguise. And you might roll your eyes, or like this: money, love, pain, death, whatever. There are always lessons in there. And it's not about, oh, I'm all this pain, let's throw a party because there's a lesson. You need to go through the emotions as well. You're allowed to feel the sadness, to feel the grief, and also the joy, the expansion, the gratitude. It's all part of your soul contract here. Talking about soul contracts, I ended a friendship last week. A woman that was really close to me, but I could feel in my heart that, like, this needs to stop. And my mind was like, what the hell are you doing? No, this is, it feels so good, all these reasons why. But my heart was telling me to do so. And I did. And afterwards, I still felt confused what's going on. And I realized that it's a soul contract that's ended. A soul contract that we agreed upon before coming to the planet, both of us. We're going to have these experiences. We're going to hurt each other in this way so we can learn this and then move on with our lives. And then we're going to separate. And that's beautiful. Every single person that you encounter in your life, maybe your parents, maybe your siblings, maybe a romantic partner, business partners, random person at the grocery store, whatever. All of these people you've agreed upon, you have a certain soul contract with them. It can be long, can be short. So that's why there's no sadness necessary or holding on when someone leaves your life, because you've fulfilled the purpose in that. It's beautiful as it is. So give yourself the gift of learning the lessons now. And I'm pretty sure you're aware of the patterns. There are certain patterns in your life which are clues to your lessons that you need to learn. Because if you're not learning them now, you're going to have to come back and do it all over again. And in this life, this temporary experience on Earth, you're not going to remember. But once you pass over and you're in your soul energy again, you're going to realize, I did it again. And that's what we're going into as well in the new Earth. We're reincarnating less and less because we're going from the old dense energy of heaviness, negativity, into the new Earth. Higher frequency, positivity, no separation again anymore, oneness. Everybody's connected. So we're now at the shift in energy of like two entities splitting, which it's not separate, but there's the old being very visible because it's about to fade away, and the new emerging, a new story. So there's a choice for you as well. Are you holding on to the old you, or are you creating a new identity? The person that acknowledges that you are an infinite being having a temporary experience on Earth, very consciously choosing to be here, realizing how strong you are, because so many other beings want to be here, but you are here right now, brave enough to encounter all the challenges that you chose to have. So you can have a pat on your back and realize that you are a conscious creator. You're not a victim of your life because you've chosen all of this. So take up responsibility. And there's as well to say that there is free will in this life. Even though you've chosen all of this beforehand, you're going to collaborate now in this life with your earth body, with your vessel, which mixes with your soul. So if you choose to ignore all the lessons, that's up to you. But are you going to stay in the old, or are you going to come up to the new? It's quite lovely there, I can tell you. So remember this universal lesson. And by giving yourself the love that you need, you're showing the example to other people. You're reminding them, hey, you have this lesson too. And not necessarily by stating it, because that's a mental thing and people will reject that. But by showing up in an energy of self-love, of feeling whole, not going anywhere with from a place of, I need you. I'm coming here because I need this or that. No, you're showing up as the whole you, feeling complete. And that spills over to other people. And they'll start awakening. And maybe they'll never be conscious of this as a lesson. Pretty sure they will, but maybe not. They will learn the lesson anyway, by you leading the way and showing up as the example. So thank you for your epicness. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thank you for being the unique you. And thank you for showing up in this world and coming down here. And please read the book, Journey of Souls. It's fucking amazing. It blew my mind 100 times. I'm definitely going to read it again. And as always, remember, you are epic. Ciao, ciao.